It is 89.9 The Light, a 95% chance of rain with a high of 18. You're hanging out with Joy on your Tuesday morning, and I have a very special guest on the show, resilience coach Tanya Unkovic. Tanya, so good to have you with me here on The Light.
Oh, it's fantastic to be here. Thank you for the invite.
We've talked many times over this year, 2020, back in New Zealand. I reached out to you when things got tough for me personally, but I also know that you have coached and helped so many people build resilience through seasons of change and uncertainty. And we're going to get chatting about that shortly. But first, I mean, why resilience, Tanya? Of all the things that you could coach people on, why does this ring true for you?
Well, firstly, because of my own journey, and I had to pull my sleeves up and become resilient in order to get through some of the adversity that I've gone through in life. And the reality is that we are all put through trials in life. We all have to deal with some form of adversity in life. And it's good to be prepared instead of sort of having to face it as soon as it comes in, right? Get yourself prepared and resilient before it happens.
Yeah, and that's the thing, isn't it? Often, I'm not the coach here, but for me, I find that resilience doesn't always happen in the moment when you need it. It's something you need to build beforehand. Is that right?
Yes. Start building that muscle of resilience, I call it now. And, you build it in a number of areas of your life as well. Your physical resilience, your emotional resilience, your spiritual resilience. And it's about working at it every single day, a little bit at a time, building that strong personal foundation so that you can stand strong when the winds of life blow.
And right now, lots of things are happening. Lots of winds are blowing, lots of flights being cancelled. I mean, as a result of the New South Wales outbreak, within just the last 24 hours, thousands of families are affected with flights being cancelled, borders being put into place. Nothing is certain. And the thing is, a lot of people have just been waiting for Christmas and New Year's to be able to just actually finally enjoy. And I know, Tanya, that you have got a whole toolkit of things practically that we can do to build resilience and to ride out the uncertainty in this situation. But of course, over the last 24 hours, it doesn't quite seem that way. Maybe you're listening right now and your Christmas plans are just now up in the air. You've got family and friends who don't know if they can make it. Oh gosh, a lot of families are being affected by this. And I've got Tanya Unkovic, resilience coach, on the phone. Now, Tanya is someone who I personally have reached out to in times of turmoil and change in my life. And I've got her on the show today because I know that she has got some real gems to share. So Tanya, I'll just let you have the floor really. As a resilience coach, what would you say to someone who's just feeling really, really all over the place right now?
Well, I'm going to start with one of my favorite quotes of all time by St. Francis de Sales, and it is to not lose your inner peace for anything whatsoever, even if your whole world seems upset. I love that line, and I apply that whenever I feel wobbly in life. And, we have to come to a place of acceptance. It is what it is. Surrender to what is. And there's that wonderful saying of God grant me the serenity to accept what is happening in my life today. We so often forget that our life is broken up into 24-hour pieces for a reason, because that is a manageable time. That is a manageable piece of time that we can go, for 24 hours, I can do anything. For 24 hours, I can actually stand up straight and dig deep into my own resourcefulness, into my own strength that I know that I have got within me to deal with whatever is going on in my life. Because the truth is, we've all been through tough times in our life. And when it comes up again, this is when we start reflecting on those times, when we've already overcome adversity, when we've already fallen on our knees and gotten back up again. If you've done it before, you can do it again. And it's about now applying those same principles, remembering those times in your life when you were courageous, when you were resilient, when you were brilliant, and to start looking at some of those practical strategies that you did back then. Or what can you do now? What can I do now to be physically resilient? Well, I can get my rest. I can feed my body nutritious food. I can exercise. I can respect my body. That is a big one, respecting my body, because so often we go through times of abusing our bodies when we are falling over. How can I be emotionally resilient? Well, I can feed my mind with really good reading. I can be around people who encourage me. I can have a very healthy support network. How can I be spiritually resilient? Well, I can pray every day. I can actually say, Lord, I know you're walking beside me. Show me what to do. Show me what to do, how to put each step forward. How do I accept? How do I surrender to what's going on around me in the world? And, how to deal with that inner frustration that's going on for so many people when we are locked down. We feel powerless, don't we? We feel as though we've had control taken away from us. And that often brings up anger for many, this feeling of powerlessness, feeling out of control. And what are we angry about? Well, we're angry that actually we're not going to be able to see our loved ones. We're not going to be able to do what we thought we were going to do. And that's why I always say to people, keep digging deep. What's underneath the anger? What's underneath the frustration? And so often what lies underneath that anger and frustration is just sadness. It's grief. It's inner pain. And that's where I invite everyone to just dig deep and feel that. Feel the grief. Shed the tears if you have to. And support each other. One day at a time, we can do anything.
I love that, Tanya. One day at a time, we can do anything. It is the 22nd of December, and I don't know what's going on in your world right now, but I hope those words encouraged you. Tanya, thank you so much.